Hi there. First of all, I hope you all had a really good Christmas and got what you asked for in terms of, you know, love and gifts and stuff like that. I decided, you know, before the year ends, I will try to go one goodwill round and see what they have. And I came home with 15 LPs and 2 CDs, so I'm quickly going to show them to you. Some really good stuff in there. First up, it's a CD I used to own back in the day. This is Mr. Oizo, Analog Worms Attack. It's an electronic album, has weird sounds, and the guy, Mr. Oizo, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little puppet there. That was his gimmick, and he had a hit with that little puppet, and the track was called Flat Beat. So if you look it up on YouTube, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's from a Levi's advertisement. Anyway, it's a really good track, and the rest is similar. It has similar sounds. Yeah, it's pretty good. If you like electronic music, you know, it's danceable, but it's not like typical dance music. Then I found San Francisco by the American Music Club, a band that I only know by name. They were quite prominent in Dutch music magazines back in the early 90s. This is from '94. I'll listen to it. It's pretty good. It's sort of like if you mixed R.E.M. with like a more country-based music. It's not country, but it has the little country sounds in it, like Americana or something like that. So those were the CDs. These are the LPs. First up, the Animals, Animalisms, their 1966 album. When I saw this, I was like, yay, this is really cool. Not too familiar with the Animals. I do have, I think, Love You, or Eric Burden and the Animals Loves You, or something like that. I don't know, it's a double album. I have that, and this is their like really blues rock kind of music that I have from them. It's pretty damn good. Some covers on it from John Lee Hooker and Screaming Jay Hawkins. So it's pretty good. Then the only Blondie album I didn't have yet from the early period of Blondie. I don't have Hunter as well, but that's later Blondie. This is Plastic Letters. It's got Denise. What's more there? I don't know. I haven't listened to the complete album yet, but I love Blondie, so yeah, I picked it up. This is the Dutch release for a Ennio Morricone soundtrack. The movie's called Butterfly, and it stars, I don't know if you can see it, but it stars Pia Sedora. She does vocals on one track. This is from the early 80s, and I'm not a big fan of early 80s Morricone. I love his 60s and 70s stuff. That's like genius. But in the 80s, the sound just became a little too slick, too straightforward. And I'm afraid this is that sound. But hey, it's just to complete my Morricone soundtrack collection, to continue with my Morricone soundtrack collection. It's pretty nice to find it. I hope it's good. We'll see. And then I think the last album they did, this is Bread, Lost Without Your Love, from 1977. I haven't listened to this, but I do love the first album, and I have the third album, I guess, by Brad, which is just, you know, really good stuff. Great harmonies, great melodies, just a good band. And I'm sure they continue it with this album, but I don't really know if it's as good as their early stuff. So I got that. Three-sided LP by Joe Jackson. This is Big Roll. Don't see any names on the back that jump at me and say like, oh yeah, that's that particular song. Yeah, but I like Joe Jackson. I picked it up. The fourth side just basically says does not contain music. That's it. But Joe Jackson, always good. Then something I just had to pick it up. This is Joe Tex with "I Gotcha." I love that song, and this is the album it came from, so that's really good. It also has "You Said a Bad Word." One's on it, "Give the Baby Anything the Baby Wants." I don't know those tracks, but you know, if the music on here comes close to "I Gotcha," I definitely will love this. This is great soul, R&B, funk. It's from 1972. Yeah, 72. Then I also found the third album by Logic System. A lot of you probably won't know Logic System, but they are a Japanese act who sounded very similar to Yellow Magic Orchestra. It's electronic music, it's synthesizer music, and they themselves call it computer music. This is the album called Orient Express. I haven't listened to it, but I do like the other two albums I have of them, so I think it's a good pickup. Then I also found Main Street People by the Four Tops. This is a great looking LP. It has some wear damage. It has a little corner cut. It's gatefold, as you can see. This is from 1973, soul, funk. Really happy that I found this, because I do love my soul and I do love my funk. And we have Cass Elliot, self-titled album. She released two albums before this under her name Mama Cass, but this is her first as her real name, like Cass Elliot. There's a little scribbled message up there. It says, "Here's to the good times, memories are made of this, love you." Okay. It's another gatefold. Lyrics are inside. There's candle wax all over this place, not on the vinyl, thank God. Yeah, I do like the solo projects of the Mamas and the Papas as well. So. Cass Elliot. Then I found my first Genesis album. This is Trespass, and with first Genesis album I do mean first album where Phil Collins isn't singing, because I don't like that period. That's too slick, too commercial for me. So I'm trying out this period. This is the first album from 1970. It's a gatefold album. There's 6 songs on it. And Peter Gabriel's doing the vocals. So it has the original lyric sheet. So that's pretty good. It's a good find. I'll leave it like that. I also found the 1977 self-titled album by Peter Gabriel. He did 4 self-titled albums. This one is nicknamed Cars by its fans. And there's one nicknamed Scratch. And I think one is called Face. I'm not too sure. But this one's got Salisbury Hill on it. And yeah, after the last Peter Gabriel album I found, I just had to pick this up. It's really good stuff. Another Leonard Cohen album. This is New Skin for the Old Ceremony. 1974 album. Chelsea Hotel #2 is on here. You know, I love his voice. I love his music. Yeah, I'll pick it up. Definitely. This is good stuff. Then I also found Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise. 1984, I think, debut album by The Art of Noise, which basically is Trevor Horn. Beatbox is on here, Moments in Love is on here. I do love the studio inventiveness of this band. They did a lot of stuff that, you know, is just looking forward to what music is doing right now. So it's a really forward-thinking band. The Art of Noise. Who's afraid of the Art of Noise? Then Big Star 1000 and Blowing Cabbage. They've been showing some Moog records, so I'm going to show you a Moog record I picked up recently. This is everything you always wanted to hear on the Moog, but were afraid to ask for. It's only 4 songs, and it's classical Moog, meaning it's got the Bolero, it's got España, it's got Malenguena and Carmen on it. They're all classical pieces, of which I only know the Bolero and the introduction to Act 1 from Carmen. That's musically as far as I go with classical music. The other 2 I don't know, but hey, it's a Moog album. I pick it up. I always pick up Moog albums, and I will make a video with all my Moog albums that I have. I don't have like a lot, but enough to fill a good video. Then the last 2 albums. First up is No Guru, No Method, No Teacher by Van Morrison. This is an artist, when I see stuff by him, I just pick it up. Whether or not I know the music from the album, or whether or not I like the period, I pick it up. Van Morrison is always good. He's got a great voice. And yeah, I like it. I haven't listened to this album though. But yeah, come on, it's Van Morrison. And the last album, it's my first album by these guys. This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer with Trilogy. This is the 1972 album, gatefold on Island Records. It's not the original Island, I guess. That would be a Pink label, but still, you know, it's pretty damn cool finding this. The best side is just, you know, Sunset. So that's my little video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll do maybe one more VHS update, because I bought also a couple of VHSs that are worth showing. I'll definitely be doing the video announcing the winners. That's Saturday. So keep them coming in. The answers, I have received some more. So, or answers, names, you know, like entries. Until Friday, you got the time to enter. And on Saturday, I'll be drawing the names. So, peace. I'm out of here.